After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello, welcome to Penhook and Needles Podcast, episode 131. It is December 2nd, 3 o'clock? Almost 4.
3:51.
Almost 4 p.m., so we're a little later today than we have been. Welcome. We're glad to have you with us. We hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving, those of you who celebrated in the United States, and those who did not celebrate, we hope you had a wonderful weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We had some interesting weather.
Not very
before
interesting.
Before Thanksgiving, we
One
did.
day of snow.
It was snowy, slushy, cold, and we didn't know what was
It
going to
was
happen. Don't listen to her.
One day.
Anyway, don't listen to her. Want to welcome all new and
You
returning
make me
viewers.
ashamed of being a Virginian. Meow.
Anyway, we want to welcome
In
all.
Ohio, you know, we had a lot more snow than that.
And we had a lot more snow in Connecticut as well. What is your
You've
point?
become weak.
Did I say that it was bad weather? I
You-
said
you
it
are
was
weak.
interesting.
You might want to start paying attention to your show notes.
And you might want to stop being a
Hi,
punk.
my name is Talia, also known as Franciscan
Brat.
Gypsy on
Also known as
Ravelry.
Brat.
Franciscan Gypsy on
Franciscan
Ravelry. And everywhere. And everywhere else.
Okay, I am Marlisha, also known as Lady Furnico, just about everywhere. Unless you're a writer, then I'm either Shadowlight One or just by my name, Marlisha. I want to welcome all new and returning viewers. We're glad to have you with us. We have a few new members that we want to welcome. They actually joined the thread and the group officially, so we want to make sure we take the time to welcome them by name.
Mm-hmm.
We have
Nutosaki?
Ntosake, who is Robin.
Nutosaki.
Robin. And I'm sorry, Robin, I have no clue how to say that. So it's Robin. Welcome aboard. We have Red Buggy, who is Jessica, and I like that name. It gives me a nice little picture of a red buggy. Esther Ziliona. I don't know what her name is. I'm assuming it's Esther, but I'm not sure. Welcome, Esther Ziliona. Scrappy Lad, who is Ross. Welcome to Ross.
Welcome.
Patron Knits, I don't know his name. I couldn't find it on this page, but welcome. Tina Roberge, who is Tina, welcome. And I love this name. Googly Eyes Yarn, who is Sandra.
Now,
just love
who's the
that.
one who was saying that she had been watching us and then,
And was told it was stalking.
yeah. Is that Nutosaki?
I don't know if that's Esther or I'm not sure. I'd have to go back. But it was really funny because I got a nice little email from her saying, yeah, she was told that it might be good to join the group because otherwise it was stalking. But we're glad to have you with us,
Yes.
stalking or not. So welcome to all of you newcomers, all of you returning. And if you are still lurking in the shadows, if you have just found us, please feel free to join the Ravelry group. We don't bite. We have a lot of fun.
I bite.
Yes, but you don't count. We have a lot of fun. We do have a toy-along going on now that you could potentially win prizes for, but you have to be a member of the group.
And make sure you grab your beverage of choice.
I have chai tea.
I have, Nikki from Nicola's World. I never pronounce it right. Nicola's World?
Nicolo's World.
Podcast had suggested to me some Darjeeling tea.
Which is really good.
So, I haven't taken a sip yet because I don't like my tea boiling hot. But I'll be drinking it throughout the podcast, Nikki.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
You're
before
falling behind the job.
what? I'll stop. I do not wish it.
It's her turn to write down the name of people's because she always does all the shouting out of people. So I think it's about time she writes down stuff.
Okay. Before we go into the toy along, I do want to mention again the charity drive that Brittany had been asking for hats.
It's up until when?
This week.
Oh, is it? Okay.
But if you do want to send a hat and it gets there late, she said she will save it, and she is looking for hats for 3 families, 1 military vet, 3 older teens in foster care, and 8 other children. And apparently they're going to be adding the hats, I guess, to Christmas baskets that they're putting together. Hats for male and female sized from teen to adult, so they can fit a variety of ages. The deadline is the first week of December, which if you're watching this now on the 2nd of December, doesn't give you a whole lot of time, but she said if she gets them late, that's okay. She'll save them for next year. And we thank you in advance for any help you can give her.
Mm-hmm.
And I know she appreciates it, so thank you very much. It is a worthy cause. Oh, if you want to send them and you don't have her address, just PM her and she will give you the address. I don't want to say it on the air.
Right.
Okay.
Before you jump into Toy Along, I just wanted to mention that Franciscan Gypsy Designs now has a Facebook page. So, yay! I know if you already keep up on the website or even in the Ravelry group, you get updates. But that's a place that's dedicated to my toy designs. So now on Facebook for that. Yes, see us there.
It's not acting right. Okay,
It's curls.
That's
curls
awesome.
don't act right.
Okay, so yeah, I invited a couple people who hadn't been, so we'll see if they show up.
Okay.
Okay, the Toy Along is going very strong. I love it. I may have to take a look and make sure they're all toys in there.
Mm-hmm.
We have so many people in there. It's awesome. If I do wish something out, or if Talia wishes something out, it's not because
It'll most likely be Mom because I am
and
terrible at
and
keeping
it's
up.
just because it's not a toy. We'll put it in the show-off thread, but it's not a toy. We'll wish it. But we haven't had too much problem with that, so that's not an issue too much. Just wanted to let you know that if it does disappear, that's why, and you'll find it in the show-off thread.
I have pounding in my ear.
That's probably fluid or something.
Nah.
All right, this has been going on. We're having the Toy Along with the lovely co-hosts Kay and Dan from Bakery Bears podcast. That's Bryony Bear and Obi-Wan Knitter. So we're super glad to have them with us as a co-host. They're fantastic. If you're not part of the group already, haven't seen their podcast, you really need to. Okay, it really is good.
Yes, it is. And they should be coming up. This Friday will be their week to podcast.
Is it?
I think. They always
Well,
podcast
on Thursday.
They always podcast on my weekend off.
Okay, so the podcast on Thursday should be up on Friday or Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
We are 2/3 of the way through. We're heading into the home stretch for the Toy Along, but you still have plenty of time. Denise, you had mentioned on your last podcast that if you got Rodney done, you would put it in the Toy Along thread. You can put it in as a whip. Don't forget to put your whip in.
Yes.
If we want to, that's fine. We want to count that 1 whip per project per week, so please put the whip in.
You're making me nervous. You move too much.
Anyway.
I'm very afraid you're going to spill your tea.
I'm afraid now it's going to be in your bag. So, just put it
let's
right here. Right here.
Okay.
Okay,
Now
now-
I'm just so afraid you're going to spill your tea.
So anyway, Denise, please, anyone who is doing a toy and has been hesitant to put it in because it's not finished, please do put the whips in, 1 per project per week, and then your finished object whenever you finish it.
Yes.
Because we are giving...
Even if you don't finish it during the Toy Along, that's okay.
Right. It has to be started no earlier than October 1st.
Mm-hmm.
October 1st. But it can be finished whenever. It doesn't even have to be finished. Just put your whips in. So we are having some wonderful projects in there. It's awesome. I'm trying to think. I saw somebody's that I can't remember what it was, but they're just amazing.
I did look, around Thanksgiving I looked at everyone's toys. I couldn't respond to everyone individually, but I oohed and I awed and I squealed.
Squeal.
So I thoroughly enjoyed everyone's toys. I'm again behind.
I was caught up, but I'm behind on the Toy Along thread.
I'm behind
I think I'm caught up everywhere else.
But it is nothing new for me to be behind. It is my constant state of being.
But there have been no new Bakery Bear finished objects that I have to worry about, or Franciscan Gypsy Designs that I have to worry about to double post. So I will get to them as soon as I can. Projects and chatter will be in the same thread, but only the whips and the projects will count. You get 1 chance for each project and one chance for each whip. Except Bakery Bear or Franciscan Designs toys, they get 2 chances for the finished object only for a prize. Projects may be knitted or crocheted, but they must be toys. Okay, they must be toys, and unfortunately we have to be firm on that because it is a Toy Along.
Mm-hmm.
the non-toys will get whooshed to the show-off thread so we can properly ooh and ah them there, okay? And we don't care what you use your toys for. It doesn't matter if you give them away, if you keep them, whatever you do with them, that's fine, just as long as we can see them. We will allow double dipping in our Cal-Cal, obviously with Kay and Dan. If you are a member of the group, you can do both. Any other group that will accept us, accept our toys according to their rules, they allow the double dipping, that's fine. We don't care. Please feel free to tell the people about the toy along. We'd love to have as many people involved as possible. You can please create a project page for each project and tag your projects PHNBBToy 2014 on Ravelry, and for Instagram hashtag PHNBBToy 2014. We do have suggested designers on the website, on the Ravelry page, in case you are still at loss to who after all these awesome toys as what toys to do. It is the first of the month, so before we move along, I was wondering if you had remembered. I always do. Okay, I wanted to go through these really quick so you get one last look at them before we draw for the prizes. Although we have a month. We do have a month still. Okay.
You are making a lot of noise.
I am making a lot of noise, and I want to. The first one is Marigold Jen's sock weight in the Firestarter colorway. It is 438 yards, and I don't want to take it out of the wrap, but you can kind of see here, and the color is pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good there.
It's a sparkle.
It's got some sparkly.
It is so pretty. Jenny has the most beautiful yarn.
She does.
She truly does. And if you haven't tried her yet, she does have an Etsy shop, and you know, if you want to hedge your bets because you want this yarn but you're not sure, check out her Etsy shop and get something there. Okay, that's one thing. We also have this is from Karen Fay. It is Verdant Griffin in the Bugabase, and Karen Fay is one of our members, and she donated this. She got this for us at the Shenandoah Fiber Festival.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you, Karen. Isn't that gorgeous?
It is very blue.
These two yarns are lucky to be going into the bag because one is my colors and one is Todd's colors. But they are going to be yours.
The only good thing about this is that I think it's fingering weight. I don't use as much fingering weight.
Right. Okay, now the next prize, Maria Wilhelmina donated a skein of, and that's Marriott.
Oh, this is really pretty.
This is Mama Llama yarn. It's 350 yards of perfect sock, and the colors are beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at the subtleties in that. Just beautiful.
That's really pretty.
Very pretty. Okay, Bella Socks, who is Eileen, donated 2 skeins of Malibu
Now these are
lace,
my colors.
and these are beautiful. This is lace weight, which is not my weight.
Not my weight, but I like the color.
There's a total of 940 yards here. Each one of these is 470
and
yards.
it's brighter than what's showing there.
It's almost a fire engine red. It's really pretty. We also have one Ploverbird project bag that we are donating. It is in the Stacking Dolls, and Ploverbird's shop is closed right now, so this is great for you, for one lucky winner.
And you know that we are fans of the
Ploverbird bags. Yes, Ploverbird. And then we have a skein of No Maker's fingering sock yarn, and this is in the To Be Jolly colorway. And this came from my stash. It's deep stash, but it's never been used. It's beautiful. I just didn't have anything to make with it. So you guys can benefit from that. And then, of course, we have 3 patterns from George.
Yes.
And George, did you see his fingerless mitts?
No, I
Colorwork
didn't.
fingerless mitts.
I might not have
gorgeous.
noticed them because, in all reality, I don't do a lot of color work.
Oh, no, you have to look at these. They are, I think, red, black, and white, I think. And they are yin and yang.
Oh, okay, no, I haven't seen them.
Oh, it is gorgeous. I wish I knitted better. It is absolutely beautiful. So those are the prizes that are up for grabs for the toy along. So keep those projects and whips coming. We can't wait to see who wins.
Yes.
It's so exciting.
And we have a lot of people putting in.
We do have a lot of people putting in. Okay, so moving on to...
I guess it's on to Rough Draft. How many do you have?
I think I have 4. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
Me first.
Me first?
Me first.
All right.
Because I always go first.
And my first project is in my Knitting's My Bag French Ladies bag. Medium. And I love Knitting's My Bag. This is my Apple of My Eye blanket from the Newborn Baby Blanket pattern by Altadena Green. And I only did a little bit of work on this, but about 3 or 4 rows, I guess. But I'm glad I did it. I'm going to show it to you anyway, because I can. So I just finished the wrong side. I'm going to be doing the right side, which is all knit. But that's the wrong side, which I like because it's bumpy. And it makes me happy. And
Yeah, I need. If you ever decide to make a knitted sweater, I think you need to make a reverse stockinette one. Although you might enjoy working dupe because it's reverse stockinette.
I'll have to try that.
Yeah,
This is
and
the
it's
right
bumpy.
side, which is very pretty as well. And I'm enjoying this as long as I pay some attention to it. It's potato chippy. But having said that, I'm going to have to be very careful that I don't miss any stitches. But I'm enjoying it. I do like this. It's fun, and I'm glad that that Tanya Marie suggested it. Well, she didn't suggest it to me personally, but she mentioned it
In general.
In general, and she's one of those people that she is one of those people that I respect her opinion enough for that. I will get to her.
You see, this is why she doesn't normally write down the name. She gets cranky.
Interruptions! Interruptions! Rude child!
Give me your notes.
Ah!
You can't be trusted with them.
Tanya Marie, who
This is
Sample
what
Girl.
happens when I let her take over.
Oh, when she lets me take over, she was throwing it at me. But in any event,
I'm sorry, Tanya. She's so rude. She can't finish talking about you without being horrible.
I hugged Tanya. Anyway, Tanya, it's she's one of those people that she says
She's one
I
of
like-
those people.
I like something that looks difficult but is easy, and that's my philosophy for knitting. I like something that looks.
My new
Oh,
philosophy.
please. Anyway, so thank you, Tanya. This is going along well. It may be finished in the next millennium, but I'm working on it. I'm
And
enjoying
if
it.
you guys have heard the musical Charlie Brown,
That's what she's singing.
Your Good Man Charlie Brown.
That's what she's
it's
trying
a-
to sing.
It's a song that Sally sings.
They all sing it.
It's Sally and
And Cass.
no, it's Sally.
I've heard it on the thing.
It's Sally and Linus.
No, it's more than them.
Mm-mm.
Move along.
Actually, I'm not sure if it's Linus or Schroeder. It's one of the two of them with Sally. Anyway,
Your turn.
it is my turn.
Oh, wait. Let's get them both. You didn't put it back.
It's not my fault.
It is your fault.
Okay, so the first one I'm going to show is something I'm not going to show. So that's not the right bag.
Might help if you had the right bag.
It might. Okay. In the large TARDIS bag, and I think it
It was Tilly.
Tilly who
Yes.
thought it was awesome there was TARDI bags.
Tardai bags?
TARDI.
TARDISes? TARDISized? TARDIS? TARDIS. Oos.
TARDI.
TARDIS.
Anyway, it's bigger on the inside, or so
Mhm.
it seems. This
It has
has
a universe on the inside.
Usually this contains something that can't be shown, which is sad because that means you can't see the universe on the inside.
No, you can.
There, you can kind of see it, but I can't show you too much. This has something I can't show you. It's a pattern in progress. So that's all you get to see.
Is that the new one or the current one?
That's all they get to see right now.
That answered my question.
Exactly. That was intentional.
That's rude.
I am
Rude child.
Oh, no.
Okay. My next project that I'm working on, I forget what we called this again. Rough drafts. Are my Lothlorien mitts, and I really didn't do a whole lot on this. I just did maybe a row or so because we had company and I had to cook and all that kind of stuff. So
Hang on, that fell against the heater. I don't want it against the heater.
okay.
Even though it probably won't hurt anything.
So I think you can probably tell that I made some progress on this because the stitches are big, and even a couple of rows makes it bigger. I just haven't had a chance to work on it that much, and I had other things that take my attention. I'm using a J hook, and this is from the Club Snappy Band and Mitts pattern by Heidi Yates. And I'm enjoying it. I just haven't had a chance to sit down and work on it. It kind of got lost in the shuffle. The yarn is Lion Brand Wool Ease Solids, Heathers and Twists in Avocado and Forest Green. Forest Green Heather. And it is in my Plover Bird Animals in the Park bag.
Yeah, my last bag was a Plover Bird bag as well. That was
Surprise,
a large
surprise.
bag.
This is the medium. Okay. And I am having a lot of fun with that. Ooh, bingo. Okay, your turn.
So, my next project I'm going to talk on is the Scrap Log Cabin Blanket, which is based on the idea of a log cabin blanket. I have never actually read a pattern for a log cabin blanket. I'm using various worsted bulky yarns from projects I've finished. So, I'm almost done with this particular log. I don't know if anyone else but us calls them logs, but
Well, that's what they are.
it is what they are. Once I'm done with this, I think I can maybe get one more row in,
Just one more row.
and then the bind off maybe, and then this yarn will be done, and I can go through my magical bag of awesomeness for the next color. And it is in the large back girl, very large back girl bag by Pablo. And it's made out of jean. It doesn't necessarily close easiest, but it's amazing for
Well, it's hard to close a jean fabric. It's so
exactly.
stiff.
It's amazing for this project because I can fit all the yarn I want to put in here for the blanket and still fit the blanket too. So it's a very large bag. It's perfect for this project.
I was looking at the large bag that Indy Strings' mom was making, Kay's mom was making, and she showed the prototype. It's huge, and she said her mom's is the one that they're going to actually be selling is 6 inches bigger.
Ooh.
It is ginormous. Absolutely huge.
Well, I finished with the Scrap Log Cabin.
Okay, my next project is my What's in the Square blanket, which is my log cabin crochet blanket. No pattern. I'm using bits and pieces of yarn and an eye hook. I finished... Scripts and scraps. I finished, I think...
She finishes logs more quickly than I do.
I think I finished this color. Over the...
We're both working these as we feel like it.
Yeah. And I just started this color, which is some... I don't know what this is. I think it is Gloria Cannon Hand Knitting. It's in the green colorway. It looks kind of like a yellow green, I guess. This is what the ball band looks like. I got it at the dollar store.
Oh, the dollar store or the store down the hill?
No, the dollar store.
Oh.
The Big Lots, I think it was. I got it from. Big Lots sometimes will have sales, and every once in a while they'll have enough that I can pick up in one color for something. And this, it's not normally a color I pick up, but I had some vague ideas of using it for designing. It's kind of a light worsted or maybe a DK. So with some of these Aran, it's not quite as heavy, but it's working all right. I just have to be careful not to pull it too tight. So this color will lead into my golds and yellows, I think. And this is...
Oh, hey, what are you wearing?
I'll tell you in just a second. That's what it looks like. Denise, look at... This is the only Christmas thing I have in my whole closet, I think. So, I'm not going to wear it all the time, but see, I have Christmas, Denise.
I don't have Christmas.
I have Christmas. I didn't want to forget. So, you may see this as we get closer to Christmas, but I wanted to make sure I took up Denise's challenge, because I said I would.
So she's doing it for the both of us.
So, yeah. Okay. Your turn.
Okay, so the next one that I wanted to show is in my this is my knitting's my bag, Birdie's bag. And this is Noelle, which is the Selena the Cat pattern by me.
My cat.
Knit Picks Brava Sport in the colorways white, black, grass, and cotton candy. Mom has insisted that I keep this cat. Apparently, Noelle's not going anywhere.
Nope.
Mom does that. She will seem initially okay with me giving away a toy, and then she'll freak out and not let me give it away.
It's mine. It was my idea. She took it, my precious.
So, there's Noelle. She looks very cute so far.
She'll look even cuter when she gets her nose.
Yes, she will. But I'm not done with the top of her
She's
body.
adorable.
So
She's adorable.
there she goes. I love the colors.
They look really good.
And her eyes just pop with this.
Mm-hmm.
So
Very nice.
since she will be staying, I might have to make her the Christmas hat after all.
But not
Uh-huh.
permanent.
No. None of it will be permanent.
None of it will be permanent?
The Christmas hat would not be permanent. It was never meant to be permanent.
None of it will be permanent. Wow.
You will be not permanent.
I will be not permanent. Okay then. Alright, my next project is one I cannot show you. It's living in my... I think it's living in here. Yes. It is living in my... Living's my bag, sea turtle bag, my sweater size. And it is a test for Talia, so you cannot see it right now. I will show you when it's finished. And I'm having fun with it.
Okay. So, next is Thor, which is the Diana's Hat pattern by Joanna Johnson. And I still haven't put in my show notes the yarn. The yarn is Cascade Yarns Heritage Paints in the Thunder colorway.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one that Mom had used for something else, and then she gave me the leftover to make her Diana's hat. So this is my purse knitting,
It's a very pretty yarn.
and you can't really see the subtleties here. This is one that's hard to see subtleties for anyway.
You have to see it in the daylight. It's
And
so
up
pretty.
close.
Yeah. Well, actually, when I was working on the project,
But you can kind of, no, not really.
when I was working on the main project, when I was sitting on the swing outside before it got cold, you didn't have to have it up close. I mean, it popped, the colors.
You have like
It's got
grays and little pops of bluish
Blue,
gray,
and purpley, blacky,
yeah, it's definitely thundery.
thundercloudish or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very, very pretty
So
color.
it's got some work done on it.
And what's the bag?
This is in my Plover Bird Birds on the Wire bag. So.
All right. Are you done with that one? Okay, my last project that I've been working on is actually something that was not on the book last time. Talia has a friend who is... She doesn't watch the podcast, does she?
She shouldn't.
Who is ill. And I wanted to make her something because she's got a little bit of a rough road ahead of her. So I started a blanket. It's my own design. I tried a whole bunch of different things before I went ahead and went back to the Cerebella pattern.
Mm-hmm.
This is a worsted weight, and the pattern looks really pretty. It's not pulling like the others. Oh, that does look pretty, doesn't it?
Is it going to curl too much, Mom?
I hope not. I may have to put an edging on it. But this is Pound of Love. No. Caron 1 pound is what this is. This is my husband did this for me. This is the skein all balled up. I mean, the thing is ginormous.
It's as big as her head.
It's just
That's
huge.
pretty big.
And she didn't get struck by lightning. It's a good thing I am lightning proof. But in any event, my poor husband got stuck with a knot when he was trying to do this because he was pulling it from the center while I was pulling it from the outside, and it got a knot. I didn't lose too much yarn though. It's just a little annoying.
I mean, she lost like that much.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. So, and this has worked up really fast. I've only been working on it for a couple of days, which is why some of the stuff didn't get a lot of work. It's really pretty. My husband said, "Do you have to give it away?" I'm like, "Well, do you want it?" He said, "Well, no, I was just wondering." Because he likes the pattern. And if he likes it that much, I have 2 skeins of a kind of a royal blue that I can make an Afghan size. I didn't realize how big this would be with this size.
Yeah.
So this is a really large blanket, but I think Taya's friend will get some good use out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm using an H hook with this. I probably could have used a bigger one, but I didn't want it to be too open. So I can find where's my...
What are you looking for, Mom? It's there.
This. Okay. There. I think maybe I should put a brighter color here.
The
An
orange one?
Orange one, yeah.
Where'd the orange one come from?
Probably this project.
Well,
I
that project
switched
doesn't
out.
need it as much.
Yeah.
This
There.
is bright enough.
There we go. Okay, so now I can actually see it. So I like that. It is warm. This is heavy.
Yeah, it'll
Okay.
be nice.
It's really heavy. I may have to wash it. It's not quite as
It's not quite as rough once it's worked up.
right, and it's not quite as rough as like Red Heart Super Saver. I don't think anything's as rough as Red Heart Super Saver before it's washed, but
Especially old Red Heart Super Saver.
yeah, I have some old. Well, we have some old Red Heart Super Saver that my mother-in-law gave me, or gave us when she finds craft stuff when we go to Ohio in
Mhm.
September, and she gives it to us. And this Red Heart must be like 40 years old, and it is just
Terrible.
really rough. I don't have no clue what we're going to do with it. I'm gonna have to wash it or something. But my project is living in my Plover Bird chai tea bag, large, which I love. And whew, there it goes.
Alright, let me finish these last couple stitches. Okay, so
I have 3 plops.
this is the Dark Cherry hat, which is the Alvieri pattern by Woolly Wormhead.
It makes me laugh. It makes me smile.
Tilly.
Why Tilly?
Because she's the one who suggested this hat.
But you didn't mention her yet.
I was about to, and you mentioned her earlier.
I did. Tilly.
So it's not so easy when you're the one having to write out the shout outs, is it? Is it? Is it?
It's perfectly easy. I'm just not paying attention to you. If I pay attention, I'll write it down. I do not feel like it.
Mm-hmm. But if I don't write the shout outs down. Mm-hmm.
These aren't shout outs, they're shout outs.
Anyway, so this is the Dark Cherry hat, the Alvieri pattern by Woolly Wormhead. Tilly Trout had made this hat on her podcast, and
The whole hat.
I thought that
She finished it on the podcast? Just started it and finished it?
and I thought that looked really cute on her.
She's ignoring me. She has no manners whatsoever.
So I decided to make it. I wasn't going to do the bobble, but something Tilly said made me go, yeah, I think I want to make the bobble. So
A bobble or a pom-pom?
it's actually kind of like a bobbly thing on the back.
Mhm.
It's not like, I don't know, it's not really a pom-pom because it actually has stuffing inside of it.
Oh, okay. That's different than a pom-pom.
Yeah, pom-pom is very different.
I don't like pom-poms. I don't mind bobbles too much.
So it's coming along. It's kind of an addictive knit. If this was all I was working on, I probably could get this done pretty quickly.
Reminds me kind of like a beehive upside down.
I could see that. But this is enjoyable, and I think it'd be pretty stretchy. So, this is Cascade Yarns, Cascade 220 paints in the colorway 9928, which is Dark Sunsets.
They have such creative names for their colors. You have to go look them up,
Mm-hmm.
or because you can't find them otherwise.
So that is this one.
The yarn is fantastic. Do you have any FOs? Or do you have another whip?
Oh, I have another whip. Do you don't have another whip? I thought you said you had 5.
I did. Warm wishes.
I had 5 too. Where's your other one? Are you sure you had 5?
2, 3, 4. What?
Did
Did you have 6?
No, I only have 5. Because there's
Warm
3
wishes.
over there.
What's in the square? Warm wishes. Serena's. Oops.
No. Oh, okay. Never mind. I did show this one. Okay.
Okay. Wait a minute. I need to go back to where I was. I don't know how I went to Raleigh. Okay.
I just showed something ahead of time. Okay, that's fine.
Okay. So we're all right.
We're okay.
How many FOs do you have?
2.
So do I, but I can't show one of them. So you go first.
We'll just talk about the one you can't show first. That makes more sense.
Why? I can just. Okay.
And then I'll go with my one that I can show.
All right. I made a hat for my father. My parents came. My parents came for Thanksgiving, and I made my mom Shadow, which she loved.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a cowl that I made a long time ago for her for when she came. And I
Yeah,
kept
Shadow
it.
Law is not here anymore.
Yeah, Shadow is gone with my mom and my dad. And so has the cowl that I made her. My dad looked at me and said, I didn't get anything. It's not your birthday. It's not your... We gave you something on your birthday. No. So I made him a hat. And
a winter's hat.
A winter hat. And he took it. And before he left, he said, I'd like some mittens.
Did he really?
Yes. So I have to look into getting some mittens, I guess. I have to ask Grandma to measure his hands and see,
Mhm.
and then find a pattern that I can do. But yeah, he felt a little neglected, I think.
Do you want me to knit him some, since that might feel better on his hands?
Well, we'll see if I can
Yeah.
crochet it or not. I'll ask you if I can't, or if I
Mhm.
don't have time or whatever, because she has more blocks of time than I
Mhm.
do. But it was just kind of funny. He felt bad. He didn't get anything at first. Then he got the hat,
And
he
now
got
he
those
wants
mittens. So I may just have to go the whole 9 yards and make him a scarf too. But anyway, that kind of made me happy. I used, well, I'll show you the yarn I used when I show you my other FO.
I think I should have eaten something before putting all the tea on it. On my stomach.
You have a stomachache?
My stomach's kind of queasy. I think I should have eaten something. Oh well.
Oh, okay. You're not going to be like sick or anything, right?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
But I probably should have eaten something. Okay. So, my first one. Where'd it go? Oh, there. I finished the Thornton, which is my Duke pattern.
Bubbles.
She didn't just say bubbles randomly. Some bubbles went across the screen. I didn't want you to think she's insane.
Bubbles.
I used Juniper Moon Farm Harriet Heathers in the colorway 1006 Moss. So, this is Mom's. And I'm probably going to be replacing the picture on the pattern to use this because it actually blocks very nicely.
Very pretty.
And I would definitely advise people use a yarn they can block because I think it looks a lot nicer.
And I like the fact that
When you
it's
block
not,
it.
I don't like things really up against my neck, and so this is really nice.
You see, that looks a lot nicer now that it's blocked.
Mhm. And you can see,
One of my problems with the way it turned out with the knit picks is it kind of crunched.
well, it's acrylic, so
Yeah.
you couldn't block it. But it's a very nice yarn, but you'd probably get a better drape even with the cotton.
Probably.
I love this cotton, which is so, I couldn't make a toy out of it because it's so drapey. But this is very soft. I don't know if you can see the detailing. It's,
There'll be new pictures coming up.
yeah, there'll be pictures coming up. But it's very, very, and it's very soft. I love
Well,
the
it's got
color.
alpaca, better be
Yeah.
soft.
But I do want to take it off while I'm having tea. I don't want to get tea on it.
Oh, it's not gonna hurt anything.
I don't want to get tea on it.
It'll be fine. You're pretty.
So that's my gift. Thank you, Talia. You said you have another FO?
This it has to say beef last.
Okay. My last FO is another hat because my gray one is, I like it, but it's not real warm. So I made this hat. And this is the same hat I made for my dad. But my dad's, and you can see it on my project page, my dad's is just plain green here, and it's more like, it's like this color of the band up here, and then it's 2 strands of green on the bottom, because this is double strands. And this is the hat pattern by Stacy Trock that I made for Brittany, the red one and the gray. And this is mine. I put an extra row of on the band. I can fold it up if I want to, which is how my dad was wearing it in the picture. Like this. Except with my clip, it doesn't fold up as well. And there, and so it's like that. And I really like it. It's a nice warm hat because it's held
Which is what you were looking
together.
for.
Yeah, I was looking for that. So yeah, and that's,
So if you didn't know that Stacy did other things besides toys,
she does hats, and she does a couple of
Her
other things.
main thing is toys.
Right. She even has some knitted things up. I think a shawl and some socks or something. But this is her basic beanie pattern, and it is free. And so that is what I did. That's my FO.
Okay, so
My angel bag.
this is something I've been working on for a while, and I'm actually very excited about it.
Thank you.
It is time for you guys to meet the newest Franciscan Gypsy Designs toy. Currently in testing. I'm looking for a few more testers. I think, Robin, you said... Thanks, Mom. Yeah. You said that you... I'm not sure if you wanted to test or not. Please let me know. I have you tentatively down.
Love to have you test.
Love to have you test. You did an amazing job last time. But this one is... Oops, the bunny.
Oops.
I am very happy with the way that he turned out.
I love him. He's adorable.
I think he is absolutely
Gorgeous.
precious.
Adorable. Look at the little ears. As you can tell, he's a lop ear.
Well, we have a preference for lop-eared bunnies
Yes.
here. Although all bunnies are cute.
And who was it? Sent us pictures of her daughter's bunnies.
That was Lise.
Lise.
Funny Mommy.
Funny Mommy. That was cute. I wanted to mention that. I didn't get a chance to answer that email, but they were adorable.
So, there is Oops. This is the yarn that I used to create Selena. I didn't write it down in my show notes, but same yarn. I had some left over. So I am very happy with the way he turned
I
out.
love him. He's adorable. You need to make him a carrot.
But he's precious. I need to get some better pictures of him for the pattern. I really need to set up some sort of studio for taking pictures of my toys. So
Daddy
I
can
have
help you. My husband is an artist and photographer. She can help.
so I can have good pictures for my patterns. Because it's no longer just a little hot. This is something that's very important to me. So
He's adorable.
I just want to get the best possible pictures I
Look at the
can.
lovely little cheeks. Little chubby
Hey, Mom,
cheeks.
can you give me a tissue? I'm not sure if I'm going to start a bloody nose. Sorry, this is a very bad season for me. I get bloody noses like crazy during allergy season. Thank you. Okay, no, it's not. Thank heavens. Sorry. I can never tell when a bloody nose is going to start during this season.
Okay.
So that's Oopsie. I'm very, very happy with Oopsie, and that's what was hidden in the bag that you couldn't see was my own. When everyone else is testing my pattern, I am also testing it, so I can catch some of my own errors.
And I am also. That's what was in my bag that you couldn't see is Oops.
Yeah.
So yeah, very, very fun to make. I'm enjoying it immensely.
So I'm very happy with the way he turned out. Like I said, if you want to get in on the testing,
There's still time.
there's still time.
What's the time frame?
The test will be, the pattern's coming out on January 1st. So, you have till January 1st to
So
finish.
about a month.
Mm-hmm. So, I absolutely love the way he turned out, if I may say so myself. So, he makes me happy.
It makes me happy too. Oops is a cutie pie. Okay.
But, okay, royalties.
Okay. Do you have royalties?
Yes, we both do.
Okay, what do you have for royalties?
We have nitpicks.
Okay, that's all you have though.
Yeah.
Okay. I do have something that I can't show because it was digital. Thanks to Packy Knits. Packy Knits told me about a designer, a crochet designer, who, if you put in one of her patterns, they all came up free. So she has some really awesome designs. I picked up her patterns, and then I went back and picked up the ones that I didn't pick up. She has a lot of baby hats and little baby blankets and things like that. So I'm hoping that I can put them to good use in one of our other alongs. But what I can show you, Tanya and I can show you probably together. As most of you know, KnitPicks had a cyber sale.
Yeah.
And I picked up some Sport Weight, Bravo Sport and Bravo Worsted, which is what I use mostly for toys and garments and just about anything I need acrylic for.
Right. It looked like you grabbed a good variety of colors.
I got,
Sorry guys for sniffling.
I got this green. This is the Sport Weight. And this one is in the Bravo Worsted. It's a different, it's a pea pot, I think this one is. I got two reds. I got the Dove Heather that I used for Preco. This is, I got that gray. And I got a light pink. And I got the gray, this is the Dove Heather. I think I also got a silver kind of color in the Sport because they didn't have Dove Heather. Let me see. No, I guess I managed to get the Dove Heather. I didn't get the silver. The silver was actually darker than the Dove Heather, and I'm not a big dark fan for toys. I like them to be a little lighter. I mean, not white, but lighter. So the other color that I wanted to show you because it was different was this. This is the pink that I got.
Oh, is that the cotton candy?
This is the cotton candy.
Mm.
And I don't like pink that much, but I use it for accents, so I went ahead and picked it up. That's basically what I got. I think I got like 9 skeins of yarn for like under $20. It was a nice sale.
And then what I ended up getting, it's in the bag I got for free from the Fiber Festival. Because it was just a convenient place to keep my yarn. I got a chart design software from Knit Picks called Intertwined. I haven't loaded it yet. I'm looking forward to using that for, as I continue my journey of designing, I hope to do a few more knitted objects. And since I enjoy cables, this will be helpful.
Will that help with crochet as well as knit, or is it just knit?
It's both. So, I look forward to experiencing this. Then, I can't really tell what these are for. I'll just give you quick glimpses and let your imagination fly. This is for, I have a pattern already sketched out. The picture for the pattern already sketched out. I have to write it out and work it out for my next toy design after Oops. So, these are the colors for it. Got a couple of greens. Got some brown. This is way too much brown, but got some brown.
Oh, I know why, yeah.
Yeah, those are the colors.
Had to think about it.
And I can't tell you more than that, because
that's all she can say about that.
It is a secret.
A secret?
It's a secret. It's a secret. It is a surprise. It has been sketched out for a while. I've been thinking about this toy for a while. It's just waiting to form and be written. So, while Oops isn't testing, this other toy might begin taking shape.
Right.
I am constantly thinking about what the next new design will be.
So we are doing toys. We're just not putting them because we're not eligible anyway.
Yes.
So you're going to be seeing on the
And
podcast.
actually, this is probably the most I've done toy-wise for a toy-along ever. It's just you can't always see my progress.
Right. No whips.
Because it can't be shown. They can't be released yet.
Right.
Although I do have 2 different already released patterns that I'm working on as well. I just haven't worked on the little baby cardinal in a while.
Yeah. Okay.
So, autobiography. You got some writing done.
I did get some writing done. I wrote just shy of 650 words today to the shared story. I managed my time well today, so I was able to get some writing done, which was really happy for me. I was able to move the story ahead. I can't do much more in that section until Talia takes a look at it when I give it back to her. But I can move on to the other sections. Not Sword of Shannara.
Wish Song of Shannara.
Wish Song.
I was ahead of her, and then I'm not anymore.
I think I'm on chapter 13 or 14.
Wish Song covers the children of Will Omsford. Right now, I'm really looking forward to the parts with his son, Jer.
Jer, yeah. It gets more interesting for the others, too, as you go, though.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to the point where it's really interesting for Bryn and Roan and Al-Anon.
It's getting there.
I am enjoying it so far. This is, I think, the book that Terry Brooks decided that he was going to quit his lawyer practice and become a full-time author.
It might be. A lot of lawyers tend to do that. I wonder what that says about lawyers. But it was Victoria.
But he did differently than Grisham did. Grisham at least kind of kept to his area. He did crime or whatever.
Victorian Studio, Maureen posted a picture of Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, that she had, I guess, with her, and she met him in 1999, Terry Brooks, and he signed her copy of the Star Wars book, which is really cool.
Yes, it is.
It's in the thread from the last podcast. Take a look at it. It's kind of
cool. She must have put it up after I looked at that thread. I still haven't responded because, okay, I'll be honest, between my weekend to work and a really bad bout of design bugging.
Design bugging?
No. Being bitten by the design bug. It I've not been very good about being active. When I really catch the design fever, I don't do anything online, really. Basically, I pop something in and watch it, and I just keep on going.
Yeah, that's why she has to set aside a specific time when she has the shared story, because I get annoyed if she doesn't do it too long.
Because when I really get bitten, I can't think of anything else but designing. It's a worse fever than just plain, not just plain, but it's a worse fever than knitting or crocheting by themselves. Once
Right.
the design bug bites, it's like, I can't control it. So,
Abusive.
oh my gosh, it's so hard. It's like I can't think of anything else. But, yes. That's why I haven't seen some things on the thread. The design bug has been really bad lately. I have so many things going in my head, both knitted and crocheted. So, great courses. I'm still thoroughly enjoying my medieval English history class. I just finished the Black Plague. Oh, and I finished the Peasants' War. Peasants' Revolt.
Mm-hmm.
So, going on forward through history.
History.
Let's see, we went through Wish Song. My newest re-obsession. In college, actually, I didn't watch that in college.
Oh,
My college roommate and I, Mel, used to watch things,
Melissa.
well, yeah, but
Just
I
to clarify.
I called her Mel. We
No,
all called her
No, I
Mel.
understand. I'm just saying that in some colleges there are roommates and stuff that are.
Oh, well, she was called Mel, though.
Yeah, I understand.
But, anywho, she and I used to go on TV watching binges, which usually included lack of sleep. We did MacGyver at one point.
Gotta love MacGyver.
I think we actually did a Lord of the Rings marathon at one point.
That's a long one.
And we did Bleach. One of the few people I watched anime with, because I'm not a huge fan of anime. It has to be just the right kind of anime. And she got me hooked on my favorite anime that actually is now the only anime I ever watch. It's Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. I like it because it has a definite beginning and a definite end. Of course, there's some of the weird yelling that you get in anime.
Yeah.
But I love the basic plot line. So I'm willing to put up with a lot of the weirdness for the plot line and some of the characters. So I'm rewatching that. And she's also the one who suggested it to me. She said it was something she thought I'd like, and she was really right. I've watched this multiple times over the past couple of years, and whenever I start watching again, I go on a binge where I watch episode after episode after episode, and each episode is half an hour, which makes it really bad because you're like, oh, just one more half hour episode. It's just a half hour.
Yeah.
But,
That's cool.
so I am enjoying that. I've never read the actual manga for it. I'm not necessarily even interested in reading the manga for it. I just enjoy the anime.
Right. Now, before we move on to thank yous, we want to let you know that we'll be podcasting probably on Sunday this week. We have things going on that will preclude us from doing it on Monday or Tuesday, so we will probably do it on Sunday.
Which should be interesting since they're usually in that room on Sunday. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We have to go. We might be upstairs.
Even the lighting sounds good. Although I think if we put up a sign, because last time we had to do it on a weird day, or when Dad was home,
But we have to remember that that's their day to do their stuff in here.
We'll figure it out.
When you get up late, they, on a Sunday, they are ready to do their game or their movie or whatever.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
So the lighting might be a little different, but we have to do it early. Things going on early in the week, and then Ty has to work. So
not this weekend though.
No.
Although I do need to check my schedule and see. It's the weekend before Christmas that I have a messed up schedule because Christmas is not my holiday to work, and it falls on a Thursday, and I refuse to work every single holiday.
Right, because she has a set schedule.
I have a set schedule where I work every Wednesday, Thursday, and I was scheduled to work the night before Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving night, and New Year's Eve and New Year's. I wasn't going to work Christmas Eve and Christmas just
Especially when
because
it's not your holiday, yeah.
Especially when it's not my holiday. When I worked every other holiday that happened to fall on a Wednesday, Thursday, I wanted one of my holidays off, so it messes up my set schedule a little bit.
Okay, before we close, I want to thank again Bella Socks for her donation of yarn to the podcast, that we are using prizes as we can. And
same thing for
same way
Mariette.
for Marietta.
It's
For
Mariette, Mom.
Yeah,
It's not Marietta.
Maria Wilma, yes. We want to, like I said, the prizes that we receive from you all, from donations from viewers and from indie dyers and things like that, are the reason that we can give out the prizes we do. So
Yes.
we're really appreciative of that.
Appreciate
Appreciate it. We had some YouTube comments that we want to thank Sissy Knitting and Crochet, Peterson80, and Svetlana Knits for your comments on the YouTube comment section. We appreciate that. We haven't had a chance to answer, but we did see them. And we appreciate you taking the time to tell us how much you like the podcast. It makes us happy. So thank you very much.
And what else was I going to say? I can't remember. Must not have been that important.
We get to clean the kitchen.
Yes, we do.
Mm.
Plus, if you have sent us a Ravelry message and we have not responded, we do plan on responding. And also, Victoria Blue, I am so sorry. I have looked at your pattern. I wrote notes all over it. I'm not sure how well they apply, but I will be sending those to you eventually. I keep putting it off because I'm not sure. I want to make sure I thoroughly am understanding the pattern, not doing you a disservice.
And I am looking at it. I am terrible at patterns as it is. I'm not a knitter. I have looked at it and kind of looked. I'm not sure how helpful my comments will be. I will do my best. But
So I will try to send you something. I wrote on it. I just want to make sure it makes sense. And I'm not sure if it does. So
I'm a bummer for that kind of stuff because she writes a knitted pattern and I don't know enough about knitting. So I'll do my best. Maybe it'll be
So
helpful.
I did not forget about you,
No.
Victoria. I just am a jerk.
And I do apologize for being behind on my messages. I got caught up. I have been ill on and off, so ill is the best term I can put toward it.
And I'm just a jerk.
And so things are easing up a little bit, so I hope to get caught up again soon. And those of you who've been with the podcast know that I do things in bunches. So you
and
might,
those who have been with the podcast know that she's the reason why the group is usually as alive as it is. Because, yes, she is the public face of the podcast.
I better do something about this because, yes, my hair.
Anyway.
Hi, Denise.
You better write her name
She's
down.
on there.
Okay.
She's already on there.
So, without further ado, we have to clean the kitchen. I'd like to get something on my stomach.
On your stomach. You're not going to eat something? You're just going to put it on your stomach?
Mm-hmm.
That's gross.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let anybody else eat it. That's just disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Gross.
I could run through the lecture on eating that Doc gave Matt during the last episode of Gunso.
I saw that. I don't need it to be reiterated.
I don't know why he thought that was dinner conversation.
Because it's Doc. And we had an overflow of Doc between Star Trek. My husband pulled out Star Trek for a date night movie, Wrath of Khan, and Bones was at his most bones.
Oh, you see, I like Bones and I like Doc and
Yeah, well, he let out with a GD at the beginning. I was really surprised.
Ooh,
Not very
Bones.
happy. Not very happy about that. But other than that, it was pure Bones, and it's probably one of my favorite Star Trek movies.
he started looking frail in that one, Wrath of Khan. I mean, he was always kind of small, but he was starting to look frail. Whereas, Kirk was gaining weight.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he took Bones away. He was siphoning from him.
And Spock didn't change at all. Nimoy didn't change at all. But
remember, they're all like aspects of one entire person.
Okay then.
Mel and I used to have this conversation where she's like, yeah, they're all together. They'd make one complete person with different aspects.
Okay.
Yes.
This is Pen, Hook, and Needles. We want to wish you a
Geeky.
very, very happy
And geeky.
week full of geekiness and crocheting and knitting and whatever else is that makes your heart happy. We wish you a happy Advent.
Nikki, that Darjeeling was very good. I just should have eaten beforehand.
If you celebrate Hanukkah or anything else, we wish you a happy holiday. And we hope to see you next week. This is Pen, Hook, and Needles, episode 131, and that's a wrap.
Plop.